Obi-Wan Kenobi is born on the obscure planet of Stujon. Before long, he is discovered by Jedi Knights and brought into their order. Since infancy, Kenobi is raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant as one of the many Jedi initiates training under Grand Master Yoda. Obi-Wan's contemporaries include Darsha Asant, an assiduous and quick-witted peer, Siritachi, who will become one of the top duelists in their generation, and the Mon Calamari Bant-Iran, his childhood best friend. Eventually, Obi-Wan inadvertently gains a rival in fellow initiate Brooke Chun. Over the next year, tensions persist for them both, two of the oldest initiates on Coruscant. As humans, once they reach the age of 13, if no senior Jedi selects them as their personal apprentice, the initiates are slated for service in the Agricultural Corps. While still considered Jedi if admitted to a branch of the Jedi Service Corps, the childish initiates think it a shameful fate to work as a farmer rather than living out the romantic adventures of a true knight. Obi-Wan wears his doubts on his sleeve, often the subject of colorful gossip from his peers, not helped by Brock constantly mocking Obi-Wan to hide his own insecurities. Nearing his 13th birthday, Obi-Wan is goaded into an unsanctioned duel with practice sabers against Brook. Obi-Wan let himself react impulsively in violence instead of maintaining his composure, and Brook lied about Obi-Wan instigating the fight. Another public duel is held between them before a wayward Jedi Knight Qui-Gon Jinn, a seasoned Jedi eligible to adopt either boy as a Padawan. Although Obi-Wan wins the spar, Qui-Gon still carries the weight of his failures in his earlier apprentice Xanatos, who fell to the dark side. Sensing the righteous anger in Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon refuses to risk letting the past repeat itself, so he rejects taking in either initiate. With no other senior Jedi seeking out an apprentice, Obi-Wan despairs at being sent as the Agri-Corps representative at Bandomir, far in the Outer Rim. However, Master Yoda believes the weary Qui-Gon and the young Obi-Wan were able to help each other better themselves as Jedi. Qui-Gon is also assigned for Bandomir to mediate negotiations between corporate conglomerate Off-World Mining and the Arcona mineral harvest. Despite not being master and apprentice, the two Jedi work well together in fending off Togorian pirates and carnivorous dragons, and in exposing the nefarious schemes of Off-World's representative, revealed to be none other than Qui-Gon's ex-Padawan, Xanatos. During hostilities on Bandomir, Xanatos has Obi-Wan captured as an enslaved laborer, outfitted with an explosive electrocollar. Qui-Gon is moved by the young Jedi and his willingness to detonate the bomb still attached to his own neck, to sacrifice himself, and allow Qui-Gon to evacuate a major mine full of innocent workers threatened by Xanatos. Fortunately, Qui-Gon is able to safely disarm Xanatos' explosives without Obi-Wan needing to surrender his life. After Bandomir is saved and Xanatos flees the planet, Qui-Gon happily accepts Obi-Wan as his new Padawan. Following their trials on Bandomir, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are quick to embark on further adventures. They dismantle the mind-manipulating syndicate group on Findar, a birthday gift from Qui-Gon, a small stone imbued with the Force from the River of Light of Qui-Gon's home planet, allows Obi-Wan to resist the syndicate's attempts to rewrite his memories, even enabling him to see visions of his forgotten blood family and of his brother, Owen. After resolving the political unrest of monarchist War Gala, Master and Apprentice are immediately thrown into the Malida Dan civil war. Jedi Knight Tal, a close friend of Qui-Gon's, was assigned by Yoda as a guardian of peace to hopefully end the ongoing war between the opposing Malida and Dan factions. Despite her best efforts, Tal is betrayed and imprisoned by the Malida as fighting reignites. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are sent to rescue her. While successful in extracting Tal, Obi-Wan becomes enamored by the revolutionary movement calling themselves the Young. The youth of the planet has forsaken their Malida and Dan monikers. The Young seek a peace with the elders of the planet, who have been perpetuating the cyclic war of their shared world. Ironically, after being wrought with fears of not being able to become a Jedi Padawan, and achieving that dream under Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan recklessly decides to turn away from his Jedi duties and join the Young, battling alongside Young leader Neild, and developing a close bond with the revolutionary Cersei. Qui-Gon feels a different manner of betrayal distinct from Xanatos' departure from the Jedi, but allows Obi-Wan to leave on his own terms. Within weeks, Obi-Wan at barely 13 years of age helps bring an end to the Malida Dan civil war, and becomes a member of the interim government rebuilding the damaged world. Prejudices still persist, some figures dismissing Obi-Wan as a foreign outsider, and others still hoping to restart hostilities against former enemies. Cersei proves to be a popular advocate promoting peace, until she is tragically caught in the middle of an outbreak of violence from her countrymen. Obi-Wan held her in his arms as she died. Blaming the opposing side for Cersei's death, the young and the elders rally to begin warring again. Feeling out of his depth and more alone than ever, Obi-Wan requests help from the Jedi Order to resolve the escalating crisis. At Coruscant, Obi-Wan Kenobi's unexpected desertion became a popular topic of discussion among Jedi, especially Obi-Wan's old friends soon to be eligible to become Padawans themselves. Bant Erin wonders how Qui-Gon, intentionally or not, compelled her best friend to forego his Jedi dreams. Seritachi blames Obi-Wan for sowing doubts in the Jedi Masters on taking any further Padawans from this generation. Brooke-Jun hopes this is his second chance to become Qui-Gon's Padawan, but Qui-Gon privately vows not to take in any more students. Nevertheless, in the wake of a series of thefts at the Jedi Temple, Qui-Gon finds himself returning to Melita Dawn in Obi-Wan's time of need. Reunited, the pair expose the political extremists at fault for allowing Cersei to die in their plot to justify another war. Peace is once more achieved for Melita Dawn, but Obi-Wan can't find it in himself to remain there any longer. Although not yet agreeing to retake Obi-Wan as his Padawan, Qui-Gon does agree to bring him back to the Jedi Temple. Obi-Wan returns home in the aftermath of an assassination attempt on Master Yoda, who was unharmed in the incident. Brooke-Jun is outed as one of the thieves preying on the temple, but his accomplice is yet to be identified, so Obi-Wan is consulted for any insights he has on Brooke's character. Initially, the Jedi Council refuses to reinstate Obi-Wan as a Jedi. Still wanting to do the right thing, Obi-Wan proactively helps the investigation anyway, as more sabotage at the temple threatens the lives of experienced Jedi and innocent children alike. Qui-Gon soon deduces that his old enemy Xanatos is using his personal knowledge on the temple to conduct these raids, manipulating Brooke-Jun as his new apprentice, seduced by the dark side. Xanatos has Brooke take Bant hostage to cover his own escape from the temple. The short-sighted Brooke is left to fight Obi-Wan alone in the Room of 1,000 Fountains. After besting Brooke in another lightsaber duel, Obi-Wan tries and fails to save his life, when Brooke falls down a waterfall to his death. Rejoining the Jedi on a probationary basis, Obi-Wan accompanies Qui-Gon to Xanatos' homeworld of Telos. They suspect the Telosian Company Unified is one of Xanatos' fronts for off-world mining. To distract native Telosians from off-world's illegal mining operations, Xanatos oversees lethal catharsis sporting events, where people indulge in high-stakes gambling on deadly competitions. Catharsis matches and popular lotteries are secretly rigged to funnel winnings to Unify for profit at the expense of Telosian citizens. Working with political activists and small-time criminals, the Jedi expose Xanatos' subterfuge, turning the entire planet against him. Rather than surrender himself to arrest, Xanatos kills himself by dropping into a corrosive pool polluted by his own company's careless mining rackets. Xanatos intended to scar Qui-Gon for the rest of his days with the sight of his grotesque death, but Qui-Gon makes peace with his conflicted feelings on his former friend. He agrees to continue teaching Obi-Wan as his Jedi Master, their bond stronger than ever.